Hi, welcome back to Zanelle's Teacher Apple. Today, I want to talk about healthy routines that you can start establishing for your classroom. Whether it's the beginning of the school year, the middle of the school year, whatever, it's always important to think about what routines you are putting in place to make sure that you are keeping yourself on task each and every day. Keeping yourself on task and making sure that you get the things that you need to get done will ensure that you are not stressed and that you are not overwhelmed. Getting things done happens during plan time, so it's important that we use our plan times wisely and effectively. Staying on task with grading, making sure we are up to date with our lesson plans and that we are always enhancing our instructional practices is important for us to make time for. Also, reflecting. Reflecting is a big piece when it comes to teaching. We have to take a step back. We have to think about what we did and how we can improve it. So having time during our day and using our plan time effectively will make sure that we have time to do all of these things, all of these important tasks. So I'm here to give you a few tips that are going to help you start building healthy routines for your classroom today. First tip, create a MIT list. Your top 3 most important things to do. This needs to be done every day. You need to set the intention ahead of time. What 3 things do you need to get done for that day? What 3 things can you do on your plan time? These 3 MITs need to be established ahead of time, whether it's the day before you leave to go home, or the morning that you come into work. But having your top 3 MITs is a must. I say only 3 because we don't want to become overwhelmed. I say only 3 because we don't want to be stressed. Having 3 most important things to get done is going to ensure that you get what you need to get done. If we have more than that, then we're becoming overwhelmed and we're creating a list that may be impossible to complete. So we want to be realistic and choose 3 most important tasks each day. That way, when you get all 3 done, you can pat yourself on the back because you just have been productive, you accomplished something, and you met all your goals for the day. If you finish all 3 MITs, then yeah, you can use the time that you have left to work on other tasks that you may get done. But knowing that you finish your 3 MITs is going to make all the difference in the way you feel when you leave work that day. We don't want to buy into this theme of a teacher's job is stressful. We don't have to believe in that mindset. We could do ourselves a favor and just stick with 3 MITs for each day. Number 2, you want to set a timer. Set a timer and allocate time for each task that you need to get done. The timer will ensure that you get all 3 tasks done. It's going to break down your list. You don't want to spend too much time on one task and then you don't get the other 2 done. So using 10 to 15 minute increments to break down the tasks that you need to get done will ensure that you have touched a little bit of each of your MITs each day. Maybe 15 minutes was too long for a task, or maybe 15 minutes wasn't enough. So then next time, instead of using 15 minutes to, do the task of grading a specific writing assignment or grading that math paper, okay, you may need 30 minutes. And then you can break your other tasks down with the allocated time that is left. Once you do this often, then you're going to find that you know how much time it takes for each task to get done. You'll learn that you can affect the timing, and setting a timer is going to make sure that you stay on task. When this timer is set, you work on that task at that time. You don't do anything else. You focus on the task for that allocated time. And when the timer goes off, you stop that task and then you move on to the next task. Typically, teachers have 40 to 60 minutes of plan time each day, and sometimes that time is cut in half. At my school, I do get 2 50-minute plan times, but you have to keep in mind, I have meetings throughout the week. I have parents that I need to call. I have parents that I need to meet with in team meetings. So making sure that I have a timer and I set up my task based on what I need to do for each plan period is going to set me up for success. And it can set you up for success as well. Number 3, eliminate all distractions. You have to eliminate distractions during your plan time. If you are using your plan time to scroll through social media, to socialize with coworkers, you're not getting anything done. You have to use your plan time, which is never enough time, to work on the things that you need to get done. Planning time is time to reflect. It's time to get organized. It's time to plan. It is not a time to socialize unless you are in a team meeting, an administration meeting, and you have to talk to your coworkers and you have to discuss and you have to plan. If that is not the case, you should be in your room with the door shut, eliminating all distractions. That means cell phones off, windows closed, door closed, everything. You need to focus on what really matters at that time. Even turn off the phone. You need to put it on silent. You need to turn it off. Every time it buzzes, you don't need to look at it. Let your co-workers know in advance. Hey, today I'm going to be in my room during plan. My door is going to be closed and I need to focus. They will understand because we're all teachers and we all have the same type of responsibilities. So knowing that someone else needs time to get the things that they need to get done and that person does not need distractions from others, we can understand as teachers because we feel the same way and we have to do the same thing at times. Eliminating distractions will only make your job less stressful because at the end of the day, you were able to complete your 3 MITs. Tip number 4, set a focus each day. You want to have an overall theme for your routine. You want to make sure this healthy routine includes something that is realistic, something that you can get done every day. So having an overall focus each day and having a theme for what you're working on is going to set you up for success. It's going to make your task much easier. For example, on Wednesdays, I like to plan. So Wednesdays is my theme is planning. So during my plan time on Wednesdays, I'm making sure that I am completing lesson plans. I'm doing some type of research on the things that are aligned with my lesson plans and my instructional practice for the week, for the upcoming week. I am making sure that I am gathering all the materials and resources that I need that are aligning up with my lesson plan. This time is set aside on Wednesdays because I don't have any meetings and I have my 2 plan periods to myself. So there is no excuse and no reason why I should not get my 3 MITs done on Wednesday, which is my planning day. Then Thursday, because I plan on Wednesday, Thursday, I have meetings for my second plan. But my first plan, I can use all of Thursdays to make copies. Now is the time for me to take those resources, those materials that I need, and I need to copy it or set the PDF files up in Google Classroom. Whatever it is, I make sure that I have the materials and the copies that students need for the following week on Thursday. I gather all the papers, I run the copies, and while I'm at the copy machine, I'm doing whatever grading I need to get done. While I'm at that copy machine, I am multitasking because we know that standing at the copy machine, we'll be standing there for a while. We could be doing something else. We don't have to stand there and watch the papers go through the copy machine. I use that time. I utilize every single minute of my day. And while the copies are running, I'm grading papers. I'm setting myself up for success. I'm getting another MIT completed. So the most important thing is to make sure you have a theme and a focus for each day. You want to make sure that all of this aligns with your MIT. You might ask, well, what about grading? I believe that we need to do some type of grading each day. Chunk your grading up like you chunk up a passage. Make sure you're doing a little bit each day. I do not suggest saving grading for one day out the week. Let's not make grading a thing. That's not setting ourselves up for success. That is adding more stress and making our lives overwhelmed. You want to make sure that you are chunking off your grading each and every day. Do not let your grading pile up. You do not have to take your grading home each night. You do not have to grade hours and hours after work. If you are grading a little bit each day, if you're doing something with the grading system each day, then you will not have a pile of grades. You will not have a pile of paperwork to grade. Interest slips, bell ringers, exit slips are the easiest thing to grade right away. If you just want to assess students to see where they are, make these slips 1 to 3 questions, and you can quickly circle the room and assess students as they are working. You can also create assignments that have certain questions that you are going to grade within the assignment. Maybe you're not looking for them to get every single question right. Maybe there's about 2 to 3 questions on that page of 20 questions or 10 questions that you really want to zone in and focus on, that's related to the skill, that's going to help you determine whether that student is understanding what you're teaching them. So know that you don't have to grade every single thing. Grade what matters. Everything doesn't have to go in the grade book. Your job is to make sure your students are learning. Make sure that you are assessing their learning. Yes, look at everything. Look over everything you give them, but it does not all have to go in the grade book. Once you start doing this for a while, you'll know what needs to go in the grade book and what doesn't. So eliminating some of those things to go in the grade book will eliminate some of your grading that you'll have to do each week. Every day we're assessing. Every day we're looking over student work. But everything does not have to go in the grade book. Everything does not have to be a grade. I'm here to tell you that you can get it all done. It is possible. You can be an amazing teacher. You could feel like you've accomplished something each day. You can leave work feeling stress-free. I just guarantee you that you need to follow some of these tips. If you can't follow all of them, start with 1 or 2. Either way, you want to start creating healthy routines in your classroom that are going to make your life as a teacher easier. Following these tips, I promise you, your life will get easier as an educator. Thank you so much for watching. Please, if this content resonates with you, like and subscribe below. Click that bell if you want to get future updated videos. We would love to have you. Comment below, share your ideas. What kind of healthy routines are you creating in your classroom? We can all share and we can all take ideas from each other. Thank you so much for watching. From my teacher apple to yours, have a healthy day.